How's it going, Phone Lab? It's Root Junkie here, and so in the last video we showed you guys how to identify your Amazon device and download the correct firmware for your device. So a couple things to note about these firmware packages is that these firmware packages are in fact the entire update package. Okay, it's all the firmware on here, and the way we're going to flash it is I'm going to show you this. So let's go over to my device here and show you how to do this. Alright, so here we go on the device here. We need to get this thing into stock recovery. So on this device, and it varies per device, sometimes it's volume down in power, sometimes it's volume up in power. On this one it's volume up in power. So we're going to hold volume up and we're going to hold down the power button, and this should boot this device into stock recovery. And you can see it's Amazon, but it's basically running Android software. So here we're in stock recovery. Hopefully you guys can actually read this. I'm not sure if you can. But basically you're going to scroll down here until you see apply update from ADB or ADB sideload. It may be a little bit different depending on your device. And then you're going to go ahead and hit power to select ADB sideload mode. So from here, we're going to plug in the device into our computer. There you go. And we're going to sideload the firmware to the device. So pretty simple to do. If you've not understood how to get ADB, Fastboot, and all of your Android SDK installed, you need to watch that video before this. But I'm going to open up my terminal. And first things first, we're going to type in ADB devices just to make sure that you can see the device and it says it's in sideload mode. That means we can flash the files. So here we're going to type in ADB sideload and then have a space. And the easiest thing to do is just take the update file for this device. Here it is again. Again, we identified this as the aerial in the previous video, and we're going to go ahead and just pull it into the window. And by doing that, it pulls in the whole path of where it's located, and it's just a cleaner way to start the sideload process. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Now, remember this before you even hit enter. It's super important that you do not try to downgrade firmware. So I'm going to hit enter on this, and we're going to start the sideload process. So you can see right here, it's got a percentage right here. This process can take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. So you're going to want to give it a good amount of time to do it. The first thing it does is it verifies the update package. You can see actually on the device, it's actually giving you some of that information right here. Verifying update package, opening update package, and it's doing some different steps here. Now, this is what I'm going to talk about specifically when it comes to downgrading firmware. The reason I showed you how to get your firmware from Amazon's official site is very important. One, they have the latest firmware. Always have the latest firmware. And if you try to flash firmware that's older for your device, it's possible you'll hard brick it. And then it won't be able to come back. You won't be able to flash firmware anymore. You won't be able to get into recovery. You won't be able to get into Fastboot. Or maybe Fastboot, but you won't be able to restore the device. And so it's super important that you go ahead and either you can flash the exact same firmware that it was on, or you flash an updated firmware package, okay? A newer firmware. But like I said, if you get it from the Amazon site, like I've showed you here in the previous video, you will always have the latest and you won't have to worry about this. But if you pick one from another site, you download one from XDA, you do something like that, you try to downgrade, and if you're not sure you can do it, you could easily end up bricking the device, and it will not turn on again after that. So, that being said, we're going to just go ahead and let this update package run. You can see this thing on my computer. When we get closer to the end of it, I will come back and show it to you. So while this continues to flash, let's just think about a little bit why we would want to flash firmware like this. So I guess probably one of the main reasons we would want to go ahead and flash firmware like this is maybe somebody's tried to root their phone or root their Amazon device and it's failed. They're stuck in a boot loop. They mess something up really bad. They bring in this device. I can't get it to work. Hey, let's flash stock firmware to it with ADB sideload and just see if it works with stock firmware. So it's kind of a troubleshooting thing when it comes to that. You know, maybe they had it hacked and they don't want it hacked anymore. They just want to run the stock Amazon stuff for some reason. This is the easiest and probably the best way to completely remove everything off the device. Maybe the device has got some kind of malicious software, malware running on it. Somebody's hacked it and put a virus on it of some sort. This should wipe all of that clean, and you should have a new base to work with. So it's really important that you know how to do this. And like I said, this does work on all the Amazon Fire, Kindle Fires, really well to be able to just flash the firmware right over to it. Now, some of the things you can see that have changed since we paused here is we are now installing the update, and it's patching the system image unconditionally. And why does it say unconditionally? Basically, that's because this is the full system flash. So it's wiping everything out that's there and installing new. Okay, there it goes. That was quick. Didn't quite make it to 100%. Looked like it did a quick jump there at the end. And you can see we're in recovery still. Alright, so just hit reboot system now. And that should go ahead and reboot the device. And your update should be completed. So we're just going to go ahead and let this first initial boot up take place here. And we should be good to go. So there you go, first initial boot. Now, first initial boot after flashing any firmware is always a little sketchy. You got to pay attention. It might take quite a while for the firmware to boot up on the first try. So let's give it a little bit of time. I'll just show you that we're on the latest and greatest firmware, and we have completed the process. So on all of Amazon's new firmware, it does this. It's super annoying. I don't know why it does it all the time. But it goes ahead and it does this optimizing system storage and applications. So you got to pay attention to that. Like I said, it's annoying, especially after you flash a firmware like we just did. It'll do this for a long time. I've probably been doing this for a good 5 minutes already. Once it's done, it will boot up, but just be aware that's what's going on here. The other thing I'll point out is this is that factory cable, or factory cable adapter that I showed you in the last video. It's really, really awesome, and does some cool stuff, but that's what it looks like. You can also buy it in what just looks like a cable, and normally if you look on Amazon, it's probably labeled Motorola factory cable, because that's basically the same cable you'd need. So you may not be able to find an adapter. This one I bought a long time ago, back when I was doing a lot of Motorola stuff, and but you can get the cable, and it's pretty sweet. Kind of neat little tool. Maybe I'll show you this after this thing fully boots up. That was funny. It just right at the end, it just said it'll take approximately 10 minutes to complete. Alright, so anyway, here we go. We'll swipe up. Yada yada yada. You know, we can go into settings. And it's being a little bit laggy right now because things are, first boot up is always a little bit, you know, sketchy like that. So there's some information about it. I think if you go to updates, system updates, you can see the version you're on. Yeah, right there. There it is. That's the one we just flashed right at top. 5.6.1.0. So there you go. And it said killing ads. That was interesting. Did you see that? So there's Amazon ads. They just sent a notification saying it was killing them. So I'm not sure what that's about either. But all right. Anyway, let's go ahead and power this thing off. It's done here. You can see where we're completed. I just want to see if I can get this factory cable to work. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of funny. So basically, unplug it. Power the device completely off is how you do this. We're going to try it. See if we can do it. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to plug in the factory cable right here into the USB cord we have, and we're going to plug it into the device. Always let the device fully power down for a second before you do this. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't work. So let's see if I can get it to work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't, like I said. So I'm going to plug it in. And let's see if it'll do it. So we'll come back over here to the computer. I actually was trying this earlier and it was giving me fits, so let's see if we can do it now. Hit enter. And yeah, it's interesting. So I did work on the last firmware, but it looks like this current firmware, they have somehow bypassed or eliminated being able to boot into fast boot mode with the cable. So I know it does work on some AMA devices and it doesn't on others. So it's kind of a crapshoot. And this one, I think updating the firmware, because I was on a pretty old firmware before, has killed it, and it won't actually do it. So it is what it is. It might be something you might find interesting, and maybe I'll do a video with another device that it does definitely work on, and we can check that out then. So that's gonna wrap it up here, guys, for me. Hope you've enjoyed this video on flashing firmware to Amazon devices, and we'll continue on in this section shortly. Catch you guys later. We're Junkie out.